To hell and back is in the job description. Being roughed up, scuffed up, run over, kicked, thrown, dropped, dunked, and done the unthinkable is a duty we've embraced for more than 40 years. Through superior engineering and constant innovation, only Pelican has conquered the chaos a life of ambition can dish out. And we've done it to empower you.
Yak Gadget, made in America, based outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Yak Gadget offers all kinds of storage accessories, quick mount motor mounts, anchor systems, track mounted accessories, even paddles. Go to yakgadget.com and get your kayak decked out for your next trip out on the water.
The 153 Bait Company, based in Troy, Ohio, make everything from plastics to custom painted hard baits. Hook 'em hard and hook 'em often. All of our baits are made to order and all of our hard baits are hand painted to order. So go to the153anglers.com to place your order today.
What's going on? Facebook Live, YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Little different than the usual OG show. We're coming at you about 12 hours earlier than we normally do down here in beautiful Florida. I should say hot and steamy Florida. Running this show solo. Jay Randall's at work. He's not down here. But as always, the show must go on. So I was hoping to be in the booth at the New Canoe booth this morning, but unfortunately breakfast took a little longer than anticipated. So I'm here at the New Canoe house. We got Nicholas Beltran on the show today. I'm going to talk about him, his YouTube channel, and a little bit at Icast. Later on, I'll do some live streams from Icast right here on the Paddle and Fin podcast page. I know earlier in the week, I streamed from the New Canoe booth with Blake Young from New Canoe. Showed you guys some of the new stuff that they have coming out. And there's some cool stuff, man. I got to walk around yesterday. Some cool new products. I know some of you guys are interested in some of these new kayaks that dropped too. The Icast Hobie, modified with the pedal drive. I've seen all those boats up close and personal this week, so it's kind of cool, man. It's always nice to see new and innovative things coming out. Some of them may be subtle, like a color change in a boat for the Icast Hobie, all the way up to Bonafide finally getting their pedal drive. So it's cool. But not only that, you're seeing some cool things coming out from all the other manufacturers, Humminbird, Garmin. Saw some cool stuff over there. Found a new sunglass company that's really cool. They used to be part of Costa. They've kind of gone out on their own and things like that. But let's get our guest of the hour in here, Mr. Nicholas Beltran, and chat with him a little bit and catch up, man. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, bro. Brian, thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Dude. You're always in that. Somebody we've always talked about having on the show, so it's
right.
Cool to finally make that connection, make this happen, and just sit down and chat, man. So,
Definitely. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely, man. So for those that may not know you, like, who are you? Where are you from? How'd you get into kayak fishing, man?
Well, like you said, Nicholas Beltran. I'm a avid angler down here in Miami, Florida. So I'm a native. I've recently been doing this social media thing and YouTube, and I got the Tackle Fishing Adventures YouTube channel that I've been trying to grow. And now, man, I mean, I'm doing pretty much what the passion I have has led me to do, and that is to share the experiences and the adventures that I've had, especially catching all these exotics that everybody's just have a thrill of watching. So, you know how it is, Brian. I mean, it's just one of those things where you want to show everyone all the adventures that you're having, and not only show that, but also like experiences and things that you learn along the way that you want to share with everybody. So it's been fun. It's been very knowledgeable. And
for sure, man.
Fun, man.
Well, it's cool because I always see your thumbnail picture, and you're holding a nice peacock bass, which is a bucket list fish for most folks,
Yeah, which was crazy to find out that was a bucket list fish for everybody, because when I was growing up, it was just something natural for me. It was just there, you know what I mean? I've always knew about it. peacock bass was native to me. It wasn't like an exotic thing that came from some other place. But it's one of those fish that people go crazy about, and I'm just enjoying that ride and just looking at people's faces when they see these things, especially anglers that can share that same fishing, quality in them, and then to see something they've never seen before is it's always fun to see. So
yeah, it's cool, man. I know Florida's got some crazy exotic species of fish that aren't necessarily native, but you have the opportunities to catch them, man. Like other than peacock bass, have you gone for some of the other species? And what are those other species for those that may not know?
There's a variety of them. We've got the famous snakehead bullseye. It's it's a smaller version of the northern snakehead that everybody up north, like I think it's Virginia, North Carolina, all these northern states, they have. But these are a little slimmer. They can get really long. That's one of them. Also, we've got a lot of Mayan cichlids. What else? I mean, we have so many to sit here and actually talk to you about is going to be a whole podcast on itself. But there's plenty of these exotic fish that are just so fun to catch, and they're so aggressive because they come from, most of these fish come from South America. They come from Brazil, the Amazon, and all that stuff. So these fish are normally in very hot water. They're very aggressive and they're very active, which is, I mean, you throw a line out there, you're going to catch one of these things. You know what I mean? They're just really fun to catch. And I've been enjoying to do it, and people seeing it, they've been enjoying to see it too. So it's always
very cool. Very cool, man.
Yeah, man.
What kayak are you floating out of? I
am on a native Titan 12. Yeah, native Titan 12. Okay. I used to be on a Bonafide SS127. Enjoyed that boat a lot. I think you mentioned the fact that there's a pedal drive now, so
yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing that today. But I mean, the native Titan, I mean, it's one of those big boats, but at the same time, it was a very necessary boat for me to purchase. I was doing I was starting to do that competition and doing a state trail here in Florida, so I thought it was a good quality boat to have, especially when you're traveling, and it's just a good boat all around, and it stores a lot of, it has a lot of space to store a lot of things. So it was, and that's what I have now. So that's what,
very cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Are you fishing with Kayak Anglers of Florida? Is that the trail?
Yes, sir. Was fishing with them. I kind of took a break from them. I was actually helping out Randy Newton, who runs Kayak Anglers of Florida. It was a state trail we opened up last year, and it was our first year. And it was a successful year. We did, I think it was 8 or 9 events and championship and everything. Went to championship. Really fun, cool time and especially someone who always stuck in Miami. Like the only place I would go to travel was to Orlando. So to see all these other lakes, to fish all these other lakes. I'm used to fishing canals, the Bay Area. You know what I mean, saltwater, and to enjoy Lake Okeechobee and Kissimmee Lake and all that stuff was just a spectacular experience, and to catch these huge bass that are down here. So yeah, it was a fun year. We had a very successful year, and I brought it up to this year now. And I have another, and I believe they just came out with the schedule for next year, so they're already
cool
shooting. They're skyrocketing with that, so
they're ahead of the game, man. Yeah, I had dinner with 2 of the guys from Kayak Anglers of Florida. The guy that does your guys' podcast.
That is Randy.
And, yeah, Randy and Ryan O'Neill.
Ryan O'Neill, yes. He's actually the now what I used to do was with the promoting and all that stuff. He's doing that, helping them out, but they're also competing in the same trail. So yeah, they've been working really hard. When I was doing it, it was just, how it is promoting. I went to Icast in 2019 to try to see if we could promote this trail, to make it, to reach out to a lot of people. So it wasn't just closed in for the state. It was more an invitation for everybody else in the country. So, and we did really good with that. So
very cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Very cool. Yeah, it seems like those guys are growing quite a bit. I know we had kind of a dinner of podcasters last night.
Nice.
So it was kind of cool, man. We had who was it? John Graves, Zach Carell, myself, Drew Gregory, Dustin Nichols, John Rapp, So it was kind of cool, man. It was very fun.
That's
but
cool. Well, I mean, it's cool for you. I'm assuming you guys are in the same workplace, I guess, in the sense that you guys are all podcasts. You guys know what you guys are talking about. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's cool.
yeah. Yeah, it was interesting to get everybody's layout and how they run their shows and stuff like that. But
Cool.
so your YouTube channel, man, how often are you posting? Are you posting like once a week, once every couple of weeks?
Yeah, so about that. So last year, like I said, I was in that trail, so I didn't really post as much as I really wanted to. I was very tied down with the trail and having to do an event once every month. So it was really difficult to try to balance out that and also have a YouTube channel. So I respect all those YouTubers or all those influencers that actually do even more than that. It's crazy.
Sure.
You can't imagine the work you have to put in to do that. But this year I made it. That's why I kind of backed down from the trail to try to focus on my social media and on my YouTube. It's been good. I mean, I've tried to do once every week. You know, it depends on that because my job, I work at a hospital, so I'm there full time. You know what I mean? It's just from Monday to Friday, and because of this COVID thing, it's been one of those things where it's whenever it spikes, that's when the busyness starts to happen. So I'm constantly just doing that, raising a 4-year-old. You know, I don't want to shoot out excuses, but that's just an obstacle
Sure.
that I have to try to.
Hey man, everybody's got a life, you know.
Exactly. So, but anyway, I mean, I'm just trying to do it where I'm having fun. I don't want to have YouTube or any of these social media outlets to anchor me down as far as making my life a problem. But you know,
Sure.
I'm always glad to post. You know, and I don't have a lot of viewing. I don't have a lot of following. But hey, the point of the matter is I'm having fun doing it, and that's really what matters, honestly to me. And if you guys can gain anything from my videos, those of you who haven't experienced peacocks or haven't experienced Miami fishing or anything like that, it's always a joy to have that offered to you guys. So,
heck yeah, man, that's super cool, man.
What?
It's cool that, you know, with the internet and YouTube and all that stuff now, like you can kind of see and learn about, you know, the different styles of fishing across the country, which is awesome.
Yeah, man, and I'm innocent to that too, because I mean, I trust me, YouTube has been we don't have cable, so like
yeah, I'm the same way.
Watch
I'm
any
the same way.
TV channels or anything like that. I only watch YouTube. It's either YouTube or some Netflix or something like that. But it's one of those things where we've got this information and knowledge so easy, so accessible that it's no one should have an excuse not to be able to go out there and get a rod and throw it out there and catch something, at least, you know. So
yeah, for sure.
It's always been a treat, especially you guys' platform like Paddlefin and most of the other podcasts and the work you guys put in. Is one thing I wanted to say to you, Brian, was, you know, I appreciate the fact that you guys are grinding doing this, because I'm telling you, I tried to do the podcasting thing with Randy Newton these days. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of sacrifice. So
yeah, man.
Thanks to you guys, we can also get knowledge because you guys interview the masses when it comes to you know, anglers and companies and stuff like that. So always a thrill to watch you guys. So
yeah, man, much appreciated. Much appreciated. Well, you're down here at Icast. You've been hanging out in the line cutters booth. What new do they have going on? Did they come out with anything new? Is it?
Yeah. So luckily I have it. I have to actually give it back to them. Many people thought I was gonna keep this product, but I actually got to give it back to them. I got, my fingers were sticky, so I had to. No, what it was I worked with them yesterday. You know, one of the things I wanted to do with them was to just and I let Darren and the guys from Line Cutters know that my reason to come down here and work with them was to just experience what it was to work on a booth and share that grind that they had to go through. And I didn't even touch the amount of grind they had to go through. I mean, these guys, they drove from Texas, from West Columbia, Texas. That's like about a 15-hour drive, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they got here Sunday and had to unload and stuff. So I didn't even get to do that. I just got to just stand at the booth and help, you know, try to sell product or try to embrace the products that they were able to come out with. And this is one of them. This is the I believe it's the mini cutters. It has a huge name to it. They're still trying to figure out what to do with it. But the cool thing about this thing is, and I don't know if you know about the original ring that they came out with. are just blades that cut like butter, you know. And these ones that they come out with, it's actually two things integrated in one. We've got a snip right here, and that is stainless steel. And then we got here ceramic blade. So it's kind of like the original ring that they came out with, or flat mounts that they have, but they have it now integrated and they have it together. Also, you can also put this on your hat, which I thought was pretty cool, because us kayakers, you know, we don't have a lot of space. So even something this small is always good to come up with a product that you can easily put on to something. You know what I mean? Either your, you know, your glasses, or I don't know. You can put this on anywhere, and it's there, and it's something where you go ahead, get the lure and cut it off, and it's 1, 2, 3, you know. So that's cool, what I've been doing, just working with them. I experienced it yesterday. It was nerve-wracking, like I said in my YouTube video that I just posted. It was one of those things where you don't realize the amount of sweat.
Oh, dude.
Of like, I talked the entire morning. I was just tired of talking. So
yeah, my voice was starting to get rough last night, and I totally know what you're talking about, man. And
yeah, it's you know what? I like I told them, and I think I told them thousands of times, thank you, I appreciate it, because I know what it is to kind of self-promote something. So I'm starting to know how that is. And for a company like that, and most companies that I've been have a relationship with, are companies that, small businesses that have just made this huge story of how they came into the industry. Like, for example, line cutters, like how he did it was just inspirational, and it does help me continue my journey here in Tackle Fishing Adventures and my brand and all that stuff. So it was
it's cool, man. I was super fortunate to get the invite down from New Canoe this year, and you know, help them out. And you know, I've worked many trade shows. This is just the trade show, you know.
Right.
And I just wanted to say real quick, Chris Payne Outdoors had a very cool post this week before Icast started, and it was like, I'm going to summarize it. I may butcher it a little bit, but he's like, for all you that are at home and you're seeing all these photos and videos and stuff coming out of Icast, you got to understand, like, the people that are down there are busting their hump. They're working their butts off. It's not just, hey, let's walk around and you know, see what's going on. You know, it's a grind, and it has been, man. I know Tuesday we were setting up the booth. It was so hot in there, dude. So hot. Like, they had all the doors open, no AC on.
Right.
And for those of you that don't know, it is humid as down here in Florida.
Welcome.
Like, I got off the plane and started sweating. It was so humid.
Yeah, I think I saw Mike McKinstry. I follow him, and he was just every 2 seconds in the video, he was just complaining. It's hot. It's incredible here. It's like 120.
Yeah. Us northern boys, man, we're a bunch of sissies. Like, I won't deny that. So
we are too with the cold, so don't worry.
Yeah. See, cold we'll embrace, you know. Yeah. So it's one of those things.
That's what I tell my wife when I'm in the house. Like, put the freaking AC on. I can't take it. You know what I'm saying? When cold, you could put on a sweater or something. You know what I mean? But with hot, you can't really do nothing but just get naked or something like that. I mean, but I understand exactly what you mean, man. It was sticky, you know, like even us. I can't stand the heat, man. And it's one of those things where I have to kind of like just sacrifice to enjoy the this state of ours that allows us to fish everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Did you get to walk around the show at all yesterday?
So yeah, I was able to. I actually left a little earlier than I really wanted to.
Okay.
I was able to walk around just to meet a couple of guys that I knew that were there. But today would be the day that I'm going to be focusing on doing a lot of content for my channel, and as far as Facebook and Instagram and stuff. I'm going to products that I use, you know, companies that I have a relationship with.
Sure.
I'll be there just to offer my help to them as far as creating content. So today's gonna be that day where I'm gonna be walking like crazy.
I'm gonna be doing the same thing, man. I'm gonna be doing the same thing. What are you most excited to go see at Icast here?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What are you most excited to go check out and see at Icast?
Well, a couple of things. I mean, I'm excited to see this brand new battery that came out for Nakwa. They had this 10 hour amp or 10 amp hour battery that I have. Yeah, it's and the good thing about this I love this battery is that it's so small, compact, and it works. They came out now with a 20 amp, so excited to see that. Excited to share that with the audience. But the biggest thing I think, and everybody already knows, is the Bonafide and Native squash there, collab there with that P127. So I'm just excited to go and see that. I want to touch that kayak and just see what's going on there. But yeah.
So is it? Do you think it's the Native or the natified?
It's definitely. I'm gonna be honest, because I have a Native. It's natified, but that's something that was just obvious. I hear a lot of, there's a lot of talk and comments out there about it, but I just saw it as what it was going to be. I mean, it was just obvious. You got two great companies that make great boats aligning together. It was just gonna be, and I have no problems with that propel system. I find that I love it, and if they would have done something else, like made their own drive, why? If what they had already wasn't broken, you know what I'm saying? And what could have been accessible for them to come out with this kayak faster. I thought it was a great idea to just put in that propel system in there. So I thought they did a really good job with the boat.
That's cool, man. Yeah, it's interesting. I got to walk around it yesterday. It's super cool, man. I mean, a lot of people asked for that pedal drive in a Bonafide, and they got it. So I'm sure a lot of people are happy. Obviously, every time a boat gets released, like, you got the hater club that chimes in with their 2 cents, and it'll be interesting to see. I think it'll be a successful boat for them. I already know a couple guys that are looking to order it, and it'll be cool, man. I mean, like I told somebody yesterday, man, like, continuing to see changes and innovations in different companies and different boats helps all the boat companies continue to step up their game and keep things growing and being different. Yeah,
you need it. In order to grow, you need to change something about yourself, or change something about your company, or change something about your product. It's always, you can't just stay stagnant. That's why I'm not as biased to any company, and I never will be. I think that any company, either small or big, that comes out with any product, or even has a company, is well respected. In my case, well respected, because it's hard to even have production, especially with this condition we're having right now with COVID, and all this blockade of just kayaks not being properly ordered, and that whole dilemma. Those things affect the economy, affect these businesses, and how, what if, are we going to still remain as a company? Are we going to still progress as a company? And we were able to make that. Icast opened up. We're able to make that happen again, and hopefully this Icast will make the balls rolling for these companies. So super excited, and the innovation is incredible. Like, the things I see when I go to Icast in these particular shows, I'm shocked. There's no words to explain how everything has changed in the 3 years I've been doing this.
Yeah, it's definitely cool, man, to see all the changes and the new innovations and the thought process that goes into all that stuff. And talking to some of these people that design these products and things like that, like our boat designer for New Canoe, he's down here with us, and just picking his brain on why he did certain things, and hearing those explanations. It's cool. It's interesting to me. It may not be to some, but I really dig that aspect of it. You can actually figure out, like, why companies do certain things for certain products to and it's certain things that, like, you wouldn't think of, like, oh, we designed the front of this boat so it would do this in the water. But it's definitely definitely interesting and cool, man.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's one of those, not only with kayaks, but with other things, just the lures and the evolution of all this stuff is incredible. I remember when I was young, I would just fish worms, and then these products come out, and I'll try them out, and now I'm fishing things that I never thought, as you know, when I was a kid, that I would be fishing. And it's crazy how like Berkeley came out with that bluegill that's insane, that soft bait. It's
yeah.
When I saw that thing, I was like, well, I see the hard ones, you know, the hard baits, but now they're coming out with the soft baits like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know Z-Man came out with a couple new things. I was over there talking to Drew Gregory, and he was kind of showing me some of the new chatter baits. They got a new swim bait, things like that. But yeah, it's cool, man. I'm gonna go live here later on the Paddle and Fin page here, and you know, kind of bring some of those products to the good folks, man. But real quick, man, I know we don't have much time. We're gonna wind this down here, man. But plug your YouTube channel, your socials, all that good stuff, man, so people can go follow you and keep up with your adventures, man.
I've got my Facebook, which is just my name, Nicholas Beltran. You can look me up through there. Also, I got Instagram, Tackle Fishing Adventures. Then my YouTube channel, Tackle Fishing Adventures. Also, I do TikTok. That's kind of like a newer social media outlet that I've been using, which I really like. It allows me to be a little bit more creative with videos and content. So
That's
you
cool.
can look me up there on TikTok. I got Tackle Fishing Adventures, same as YouTube and Instagram. And that's it, man. I got a Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter that much. It doesn't allow for a lot of things. So
same here.
You can look me up there too with Tackle Fishing Adventures. I mean, I'm very easy to be found. I'm there.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Man. Well, I look forward to seeing you in a few minutes over at the show, man. Everybody go follow Nicholas's YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Put it on, dude. Put it on.
No.
Oh, okay.
Drew Gregory, I got your Icast badge, bro, if you're looking for it. Yeah, we were talking about maybe going and doing some funny poses wearing that and posting it up, but I decided not to ruin Drew's reputation.
Well, tell Drew hi. I'll probably meet him up there. Anyway, thank you again. Once again, I appreciate you bringing me on board. I know that we had to kind of like get things figured out for this morning, but again, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Tight lines, everybody. Positive vibes. Yeah. Continue watching Paddlefin. They're great.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. Everybody, we'll see you a little bit later over at the show. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I know it was a little different than what we normally do. This will obviously go up on all the podcast platforms as well. So if you missed part of the show, you can always go back and rewatch on Facebook, YouTube. Check it out on the podcast platforms. We will see you later at Icast. Thanks, boys and girls. As always, tight lines, smooth paddle. Peace.